What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with my Week 1 running back rankings. These are half-point PPR rankings. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. If you have not drafted yet, go check out my league winners, my sleepers, my busts, rankings out in the channel. If you have any questions, throw them in the comment section down below. A bunch of early round decision series making the hard decisions for you in the early rounds. Do you take Saquon? Do you take Jonathan Taylor? Got 10 plus of those out, a ton, every decision you can make. Go check those out. Hit that subscribe button if you want to beat your friends and family in fantasy football this season. Post a ton of in-season content, rankings, all that good stuff you're going to want to check out. So let's hop into it. My Week 1 running back rankings, as I said, half-point PPR. So number 1, Christian McCaffrey versus the Jets. Tough matchup, but he is Christian McCaffrey. 2, Bijan against Pittsburgh. Excited for this matchup for Bijan, and this season should get a ton of volume. Number 3, we've got Saquon against Green Bay. We'll have to see how this Green Bay's run defense has adjusted with their new DC, but I think Saquon's a great play regardless. 4, Kyren Williams against Detroit. Kyren's workload last year was awesome, and I'm not scared away by the Detroit matchup. 5, Breece Hall against San Francisco. Tougher matchup for Breece, but he's Breece Hall. 6, James Cook against Arizona. Great matchup for James. He's getting 20 touches a game at the end of last year. 7, Jahmyr Gibbs against the Rams. He's explosive, ton of touchdown upside. Going to be top 10 every single week, probably higher. 8, Jonathan Taylor plays Houston. Not the matchup it once was, but Jonathan Taylor's still a great player. 9, we got Kenneth Walker against Denver. I think he's going to have a good day. I think they can win that contest. 10, Alvin Kamara against Carolina. Should catch a lot of passes. Number 11, we got Rachaad White against Washington, a game that they could win, so I think the game script should be really good for Rachaad White. Isaiah Pacheco against Baltimore, tougher matchup, but Pacheco's the guy there. 13, Derrick Henry against Kansas City, same game, tons of touchdown upside for Derrick Henry each and every week. 14, Travis Etienne Jr. against Miami, should be a high-scoring game. Etienne's the guy there. Speaking of high-scoring games, Devon Achane in that same game, he plays Jacksonville. You're rolling him out there each and every week. The explosiveness that he possesses is next to none. 16, Josh Jacobs, he plays Philly. I think it's a tough matchup, but I still think you can play Josh Jacobs. And then 17, David Montgomery against the Rams. I think David Montgomery is going to have a lot of really good weeks this year. He's ranked inside my top 15 running backs for this season. So I'm very high on David Montgomery season long. I think he's going to score a lot of touchdowns similar to last year. 18, Joe Mixon against Indy. Solid for Mixon. 19, James Conner plays Buffalo. Last year when James Conner was on the field, he was like an RB1. I'd be firing him up for sure in that contest. Would love to play him in daily as well. 20, Zamir White against the Chargers. We'll have to see what version of the Chargers are this year, but Zamir White looks like the guy in Vegas. Raheem Mostert, way lower than this in everyone else's rankings, but he's got great touchdown upside, especially against Jacksonville. You should be playing him a lot, and I think he's the poor man's David Montgomery, and they're not that different. 22, Aaron Jones plays the Giants. Good matchup for Aaron in his first game as a Viking. We got 23, Najee Harris plays Atlanta. This one should be good for Najee. Jaylen Warren could be questionable or, limited because of the hamstring, so he should get a ton of opportunity. 24, Ramondre Stevenson against Cincinnati. Excited for Ramondre in that one. Don't think the game script will be the best for the Patriots, though. 25, Devin Singletary against Minnesota. They could win that game, so I think Devin Singletary is a must-play if you have him and you're hurting a little bit at RB. 26, DeAndre Swift against Tennessee, a game that they could win, and I think DeAndre Swift's going to be good in that offense. 27, Gus Edwards against Vegas. Great touchdown upside for Gus. I think he's going to be the starter there. 28, Jerome Ford. Tough matchup for him against Dallas, but he's going to be the guy there, and that Browns running game has always been valuable for fantasy football. 29, Chuba Hubbard against New Orleans, going to the NO. He's going to be the starter there with Jonathan Brooks out. You can start him. 30, Javonte Williams against Seattle. Don't really know what this backfield is going to look like this year. Don't know what it's going to be worth. But I've got Javonte slotted. I think he's the highest upside guy, and it's not a bad matchup against Seattle. 31, Brian Robinson Jr. Tough matchup against Tampa Bay, but I think you can play him. 32, Chase Brown against New England. Good matchup for him. 33, Ezekiel Elliott against Cleveland. I think he's got good touchdown upside in week 1, although I do think Rico Daniel wins that job before the end of the year. 34, Tajay Spears. He plays against Chicago. Should be a solid one for Tajay. Good chance to show what he can do. 35 Zach Moss against New England. Good chance to score a touchdown in that game, I think, for Zach Moss. And 36 Jalen Warren, assuming he suits up against Atlanta. If you guys have made it to this point in the video, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I'll respond as always. This has been Fantasy Joe.